Let's go. All right, let's go, guys. We got the dog in the house. We got the markets moving. We got everything happening all at once. What is going on? So, it's me, your boy, your cousin Dustin. Like and subscribe. Let's refresh. All right. There we go. So, here we go, guys. We got Nvidia up 2.29% today, sitting at 225.83. So, we got Apple up 1.38%, sitting at 298.88. Micron up 4.83% to 803.19. Tesla up to 445.17, up 2.73% today. Amazon up 1.62% today. Was this the finance sector? They're looking a little red today. USB, what is that? US Bancorp down 3.19% to $52.76. Not down, none of them are down too much, but they are a little downer, a little more down than the rest of them, you know. Utilities are kind of down. According, this is the heat map, S&P 500 heat map. What's this? SPGI is down 4.15%. So, nothing too crazy going on. What's this? Palantir's down 4.37% to $130.06. You know, fun mixed bag. Most of our bigger names seem to be up. So, Broadcom's down 0.6%. No, it's down. Yeah, 0.6%. What the hell? All right, let's move on to. No. Here. The overall markets. So, on the overall markets, I'm going to have to blow my nose. I got allergies, guys. Sorry. Sneeze, blow my nose, whatever you want to call it. All right. Okay. All right, here we go. The Dow Jones is at 49,693.2. It is down 0.14% today. The S&P 500 is at 70. No, let's start over. The Dow Jones is at 49,693.2. It's down 0.14% today. The S&P 500 is at 7,444.25. It's up 0.58%. The NASDAQ is at 26,402.34. It's up 1.2%. The Qs are at $714.71. They're up 1.06%. Gold is at $4,702 even. It's down 0.1%. Silver is at $88.35. It's down 1.14%. Crude oil is at $81.74. It is up 0.09% today. The VIX is down 0.67% to 1787. A little look at the regular markets there, the major indices, and we'll keep it moving. We'll go right on over here to cryptos. Check out the cryptos. Now, this is on CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap, we've got the trending cryptos. We've got number one is Origin. What do you know about Origin? It's at $4.34 in the last hour. It is down 0.23%. In the last 24 hours, it's down 1.38%. Bitcoin is number 2 at $79,269.15. In the last hour, it is down 0.17%. In the last 24 hours, it is down 1.45%. Dogecoin. You haven't heard of Dogecoin in a while. It's number 3 trending on CoinMarketCap. It is at 0.1127 cents, so a little over 11 cents. In the last hour, it is down 0.62%. In the last 24 hours, it's up 2.55%. That's Dogecoin. Solana is at $91.09. In the last hour, it is down 0.06%. In the last 24 hours, it is down 3.4%. BNB, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. It's number 5. It's at $671.42 in the last hour. It is down 0.04%. In the last 24 hours, it is up 1.04%. So none of these are really blowing my hair back here. I don't see anything crazy happening. Let's keep it moving. Let's click on... let's do this. Let's read an article. Let's find us a good article. Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. NASDAQ and S&P 500 reach new record amid inflation concerns. Dow Jones hangs under 50K. Dow Jones isn't even over 50K, dude. Sacrifices need to be made. Come on now. Alright, quick overview. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ reached new all-time highs despite stronger than expected producer inflation data. Treasury yields increased as traders adjusted their expectations for future Federal Reserve policy. The Dow Jones Industrial Average underperformed, closing lower and failing to reach the 50,000 milestone. Notable winners included Nebius, NV, and Ford Motor, while Apple and Chewy were among the biggest losers. Okay. Despite hotter than expected producer inflation figures and rising treasury yields, the S&P 500 and Nasdaq reached new all-time highs. Stocks continued climbing despite inflation surprise. U.S. equities remained resilient following the release of stronger than expected producer price index data, which reignited concerns about persistent inflation pressures. Gosh. Despite the inflation surprise, buyers continued pushing major technology focused indices higher throughout the session. Treasury yields also moved upward as traders adjusted expectations for future Federal Reserve policy. The 10-year Treasury yield traded near 4.47, while the 30-year yield climbed back above the important 5% level to 5.04%. NASDAQ and S&P 500 reached new highs. The broader market showed continued momentum, with both the NASDAQ and S&P 500 closing at fresh all-time highs. That yield climbing like that, y'all know what that means. It's time for I think it's time for Donald Trump to do something that will cool the tensions. This whole China meeting, maybe that'll be a bullish catalyst. We'll see. Allergies are killing me, guys. Sorry. The NASDAQ Composite finished the session at 26,402.34, surpassing its previous record closing highs from May 11th at 26,274.13. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 ended at 7,444.26, breaking above its earlier record close of 7,412.85. Got a little chart here, if you guys are watching. Chart there. The strong performance reflected ongoing investor appetite for large cap growth and technology shares, despite rising yields. Dow Jones and small caps lag behind. In contrast, the Dow Jones Industrial Average underperformed and closed lower on the day. The index reached an intraday high of 49,752.97, but remained below the major 50,000 milestone and well under its record closing high from May 10th. The Russell 2000 also lagged broader market strength, ending the session close to unchanged. The final numbers for the indices are showing the Dow down 68.01 points or 0.14% at 49,697.96. This is just the numbers. I'm not reading all that. Let's do this then. What the hell? There we go. Wow, look at that. Ford's up 13.27% today. Over 13.27% today. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that. Ford is sitting at $13.57. It's up over 13.27% today. Ford. On a 5-day chart, they're up 11.18%. On a 1-month chart, they're up 11.6%. On a 6-month chart, they're up 2.18%. Year to date, they're up 3.43%. On a 1-year chart, they're up 28.02%. On a 5-year chart, they're up 14.61%. On a maximum chart, they're up 195.67%. Ford increased during May 2026, gaining approximately 4% following a major Q1 earnings beat. Strength in commercial and traditional gas-powered vehicles offset ongoing electric vehicles losses. Analysts project a stable outlook for the next quarter as the company executes its restructuring plan amid supply chain disruptions for its high-margin F-150 trucks. Look at that. Ford has a dividend of 4.42%. It's 15 cents a quarter. They have a 52-week high of $14.80, a 52-week low of $9.88, with a negative EPS of a negative $1.56. They have 3.91 billion shares outstanding and over 169,000 employees. Look at this. General Motors is not up today. It's down 0.82% to $75.81. Over the last 5 days, it's down 4.2%. Over the last month, it's down 1.33%. Sorry about the sirens in the background, guys. That's how it goes. That's where we're at. 6-month chart, they're up 5.45%. Year to date, they are down 6.78%. On a 1-year chart, they're up 50.24%. On a 5-year chart, they are up 35.38%. And on a maximum chart, they're up 128.28%. But let's take a look at their numbers. Now, this is why I wanted to do this. Their dividend is 0.95%, so less than 1%. That's 18 cents a quarter. Okay? They have a PE ratio of 30.58, a 52-week high of $87.62, 52-week low of $46.82. They have an EPS of $2.48. Huh. So what do we think about that compared to Ford? Let's keep it moving. GM is laying off IT workers to hire people who specialize in AI. I'll just read the headlines. Ford is up 7% today. Is it outperforming other car stocks like GM or in Tesla? GM lays off hundreds of IT workers cut in restructuring. General Motors settles lawsuit over selling customer driving data. General Motors stock Q1 2026 earnings beat. Let's look at GM's earnings numbers. There we go. So they last reported on April 28th, 2026. They have an EPS of 3.7. They beat by 40.19%. Look at that. That's pretty cool. They were predicted to get $2.64. They beat by 40.19%, getting 3.7%. $3.70. Sorry. They got a 0.18% beat on revenue as well. They were predicted to get $43.55 billion. They got $43.62 billion. Look at that. Let's see when the last time that they missed was. They missed on Q4 2025 a revenue surprise of negative 1.61%. Okay. But it had been a while since they missed before that. Fascinating stuff compared to Ford. We didn't look at Ford's earnings. They got, whoa, look at this. They beat on EPS by 256.64%. April 29th, 2026. My God. They also beat on revenue by 11.4%. They were predicted to get $38.83 billion. They got $43.25 billion. Let's see when the last time they missed. So Q4 2025, they missed by 32.87%. They were predicted to get 19 cents. They got 13 cents on EPS. And then they also missed on Q2 2024, missed by 31.27% on EPS. They got 47 cents and they were predicted to get 68 cents. They missed in Q3 2023 on both revenue and EPS by 14.46 on EPS and 3.14% on revenue. So, yeah, there's that. What's your other favorite car company? Probably Tesla. Probably Tesla right now. Alright, so on today, just for today, Tesla's at $445.27. It's up 2.73%. Over the past 5 days, it's up 6.6%. Over the past month, it's up to 26.35%. Over the past 6 months, it's up 10.77%. Year to date, it is down 0.99%. On a 1-year chart, it is up 33.29%. And on a 5-year chart, it's up 126.51%. Maximum chart, it's up 34,686.72%. This goes back to July 2nd. You crazy dog. And this goes back to July 2nd, 2010. Whoa. So they have a PE ratio of 406.88. A 52-week high of $498.83. A 52-week low of $273.21. An EPS of $1.09. So, you know, PE ratio is so high. Good grief. Tesla recently climbed following a first quarter earnings beat, though growth remains uneven. Analysts project potential resistance around the $440 level in the next quarter, as strong financial results from AI and energy segments contend with a massive inventory build and significant delivery misses in the core automotive business. The heck? I guess it's about to storm over here. Alright. Oh, shoot. Here we go. There we go. Alright, so they reported earnings on April 22nd, 2026. They got a 17.15% beat on EPS, a revenue beat of 81%. No, 0.81%. Jesus. They were predicted to get $22.21 billion. They got $22.39 billion. Bless you, brother. Bless you, brother. Jeez Louise, boy. Sneeze and shake the whole house. Crazy dog. Let's see when the last time they missed. Look at these misses. Look at these misses. This is Tesla, man. Missed in Q3 2025 by 10.53%. They were predicted to get 56 cents. They got 50 cents. Q2 2025 missed by 0.97%. That's the previous quarter. Modest miss. 0.4%. No, 0.4 cents. 40 cents to 40 cents. But still, then they missed here. They were supposed to get 41 cents, and they got 27 cents. That's a 34.89% beat. They also missed there on revenue. Missed here. 4.83%. Missed on revenue by 5.25%. Missed here by 16%. Well. All right. Very interesting. What's another stock is like Toyota, maybe? Toyota. I don't know nothing about Toyota, but here we go. We're about to find out right now, huh? Toyota sitting at $186.89. It's up 2.87% today. It's up 0.28% on a 5-day chart. On a 1-month chart, it's down 11.45%. On a 6-month chart, it's down 8.05%. Year to date, it's down 12.69%. On a 1-year chart, it's down 3.65%. On a 5-year chart, it's up 19.92%. And on a maximum chart, it's up 1,267.15%. This goes back to May 15th, 1986, Toyota. Wow. Toyota Motor declined following a major fourth quarter earnings miss on operating profit. Intensifying U.S. tariff costs and Middle East geopolitical tensions act as primary headwinds. Analysts project continued margin compression through next quarter as the company guides for a third consecutive year of annual profit decline despite record hybrid sales volumes. My goodness. Toyota pays a 3.38% dividend. That's $1.58 a quarter. They have a PE ratio of 9.98. Whoa. With an EPS of $18.73. Whoa. Whoa. A 52-week high of $248.90. A 52-week low of $167.18. They got 1.58 billion shares outstanding and 391,000 employees. Whoa, let's look at their headlines. Toyota Motor Corp stock moved up by 3.13% on May 13th. Facts behind the movement. Toyota prices BZ4X Touring from 45,995 euros. Orders to open in June. Toyota Q4 earnings miss. Estimates on tariff hit and cost pressures. Toyota. Oh, it's in like Japanese yen or something? Is Toyota not like a tradable company on the U.S. stock market? I have no idea, really. I have no clue, buddy. But they missed. They last reported on May 8th, 2026, and they missed by 0.00%, but still. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't get that. Revenue estimate. They beat on revenue by 299.56%. Well, sorry guys, we're about to ask Gemini a question. Why does Toyota stock not have an EPS on Google Finance? Alright. Crazy dog. Go on. Go. I'm not reading all this right now. Sorry, guys. The absence of an EPS figure for Toyota on Google Finance typically stems from the complexities of reporting American depository receipts for a foreign-based company, because Toyota's primary financial filings are reported in Japanese yen under International Financial Reporting Standards, or Japanese GAAP data. Aggregators often face synchronization lags or conversion discrepancies when translating these figures into a per-share USD value for the New York Stock Exchange listing. Furthermore, the specific ADR ratio, the number of common Japanese shares represented by one US share, must be accurately applied to avoid misleading investors, leading some platforms to leave the field blank rather than risk displaying inaccurate data until the most recent quarterly reports are fully reconciled. So it's because they're on the Japanese stock market that you can't see their EPS. Well, that's pretty fascinating stuff, huh? That's pretty fun stuff. Let's look at the markets one last time, just kind of briefly. Nothing really crazy is going on the heat map here. Palantir is still down about 4.37%. That's major loser of the day, I guess you could say. Nope, here we go. AppLovin's down 7.57%. So AppLovin, they're down the most that I see here. You know, of the bigger stocks, I guess. Who's the winner? Let's see who's the big winner. Winner, chicken dinner. We got Micron. Yeah, I reckon it's gonna be Micron. Nope. There we go. Look a little deeper. We got Coherent Core. They're up 7.94%. This is the S&P 500. This is not all the stocks in the market here, guys. It's just what we're looking at right now, right here, right now, you know. I think that's going to be enough. I think that's going to be quite enough for today. If you watch this, like and subscribe. It's your cousin Dustin. Let's go. Let's go.